apart from that, everything will be there, because YouTube we cannot upload everything. Okay, so it will be you'll we cannot provide you access and all this. Like I tried before providing through the YouTube, but I was having so much of difficulty. It was like again and again, it was so hectic work. So I just making the things in Google Drive like this, and then the link will be saved for whole folder once everything will be done.
For that link access and all, you are
I'm
providing to us, right?
yeah, I'm going to provide you. You'll be sharing your mail ID. Based on your mail ID, I'll be sharing you the part by part. If I have done with Oracle, then I'll be sharing you this access. Then it will be keep on adding. Once we'll finish with the Informatica and other topics, I'll share you full access for the this one.
Jayant, hi, myself Prem Kumar. See, I want to know what about the future in this ETL testing regarding the data warehouse. Okay, so how it will be the future for this? I'm
Yes.
completely new for this. I'm working in with a different domain. Okay, in the telecommunication networks. So
Hmm.
how it will be the future? It should be good. So once the artificial intelligence is can be implemented in this.
Automation already implemented, but manual data validation it cannot be done through the automation. Okay, so
Okay.
someone should be there to verify that. They have used each and every company, they have developed their automation tool to validate this ETL process, but they did not get success 100%. So someone should be there to validate that manually. Okay, so to observe the automation process. So that there only the things like ETL testers will be there. And let me know if you know anything about ETL testing, like what is ETL testing, and all, then I'll explain you the scope of it.
No, no, no. I'm completely new on this, Jayant.
Okay, you are new to this. Okay, so see,
Yeah.
ETL testing in market from past, you can say 7, 8 years or 10 years also it will be there. But
Okay.
the thing is that before 10 years or 5 years, the data generation was little less, because it was no online process was little less. But during the COVID, it online data generation are huge. Okay, so if you do banking things also, you will prefer to do online only. Correct. You will not go ATM and all. Everything now is like completely online only, and the grocery and the retail shops, everything gone online, and then data nowadays data generations are huge. So because of that, something the company are going for the ETL process to validate this source and target data. So I'll explain you what exactly ETL testing is there. So based on that, it will be there. Coming back to the scope, the scope is what nowadays. Before that, they were storing the. Guys, please go on mute if you're not talking, okay? From where sound is coming? Okay. So the scope for the ETL testing, you can say that it's very nice, because previously what was happening 6 months back or 1 year back, they were storing data in till the Oracle, till the database, any database, or it may be Oracle or Teradata or Netezza, any database, okay? But now what they are doing, after storing this data, they are moving to the cloud also. So through GCP, Google Cloud and all, through AWS, or it will be stored in the Google cloud also. So now the process is started 6 months back, and I also started I'm just a pure ETL tester. Okay, I have 11 years of experience in ETL testing, and I completely worked in ETL testing only, all projects. So before this project, I was working till the database where the data was storing. Now in the current project, I'm working on the data is going to store into the Google Cloud. Okay, the same ETL process will be there. The validation process will be same from source to the different layer, and finally it will move to the your Oracle, Google Cloud. So the scope, you can say that very huge for this, because the data in upcoming year also, after 5 years also, 10 years also, data generation, online data generation, or any data generation, it will increase only. It will not. It is not going to die. So definitely they need ETL tester to validate those data. So definitely the scope will be there. Someone raised their hand. You can go ahead. I hope
Hi,
Prem, you got answer.
Yeah, yeah, I got it, Jayant. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
hi Jay, Savan here.
Yeah.
Just on that, Jayant, so like Google Cloud, is it same as IaaS?
See, Google Cloud, Azure, like what is that? Another one, AWS. All these are cloud platform. Correct. I don't have much information. I'm just in initial stage on this one. So
Right.
till Google Cloud, we have not validated data. We are just validating data from the source to the from source to the Postgres SQL. So if I'll get complete requirement on like complete flow on that, then I'll explain you. I'll make a project on that and I'll explain same thing. But as of now, I have not completely worked on the this complete process because it's a newly introduced it's the technology with ETL.
Which technology? The IaaS,
No, no. The data
the
what they
Google.
are moving from the to the Google Cloud from the database. Yeah. So they are considering ETL testing only. I'm not going to ICS or like any other thing. We are just focusing here ETL testing, Oracle based and Informatica tool based because the hiring is based on this only. If you will have 10 openings, 7 or 8 openings on the Informatica tool only, one will be maybe from the talent or one will be from the ICS. Whatever you told, it will be there. But inform mostly it will be like out of 10, you can say 7 to 8 jobs will be only Informatica. They'll consider Informatica only for the data validations wherever it will come. Is it okay, Sam?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
that's why openings are used for this, and you will get many calls. So let's stop the question. If you'll have anyone is having any other question, just ping me or you can connect with me. I'll answer your question over the phone. Let me proceed further for the class. It okay? Is it okay,
Yeah,
everyone?
okay, okay, Jayant.
Yes, sir.
Because the demo class I have answered a lot of questions. I hope you can listen the recording and you will get. If you don't have recording, just ping me in my WhatsApp number. I'll share you the recording. So this is my WhatsApp number. You can ping me. I'll share you the recording. And if you, most of the people you are in a group only, so just refer. I've shared multiple times. Okay. So coming back to the ETL testing using Informatica tools. So these are the. Let me explain 5 minutes for the agenda. Few people requested for this also. So then we'll go for the what is ETL testing, and then we'll go for we'll start with Oracle SQL. Okay. So this is the agenda for our syllabus for the ETL testing, where like we are going to cover data warehouse concept, the basic equals to complex SQL, because whole things your process depends 70% of your interview process depends on the SQL knowledge only. Okay. So you have to be very good in SQL. Your selections will be 100% confirmed. Informatica tool will explain you with the whatever the ETL testing related scope is there. That I'll explain you with the things. The major things will be what we are going to validate as a part of ETL tester. Okay, what is our roles and responsibility? How we are going to write test case? How we are going to run the workflows? How we are going to write the queries? Everything will be explained in this one. Okay, till here you can learn from anywhere, but this is the major things. You will not get anywhere recording for this. Okay, so this is the pure ETL tester only will tell you that how you are going to validate if you are assigned as a ETL tester. Okay, so this is very major things. I request everyone don't miss this part when we'll start. Okay, so this is not now HPLM is gone. Okay, now it's ALM. Okay, so ALM will explain you how you are going to create the test case and other things, test case related activity, defect things. I'll explain you that. I'm just going in fast. If you want in details, you can go through the recording. Okay. So Unix command will be discussed basic, manual basic testing concept will be discussed as part of the ETL testing, whatever the things are required. Most of the interview, they will ask you agile methodology. If you don't know, if you have never worked on IT or you have not worked on any of the project or any IT field, then this will be very much important for you. Okay, to know the how you work in a company. Okay, so those things will be explained. Project explanations will be there. Two project real-time project will be explained. In the recording will be provided and the document will be provided. I'll tell you how to face the interview. Okay, how to face, what are the roles and responsibility. You have to tell how to introduce yourself, as well as how you are going to explain your project, everything. In mock interviews also, I'll be clearing your all doubt. I'll be just making you perfect. My role is to make you perfect for ETL tester. Okay. that will come with your practice 100% effort, as well as from the mock interviews. Okay, so mock interviews are very important. Okay, so resume building assistance and the mock interview job assistance will be there. Okay, so later on, like database concept, we are going to cover. These are the topics. Okay, uh, detail level you can go through the recording. Okay, in YouTube I have many demos class where I explain most of the things. These are database house related concepts, and these are the things for the SQL part. We have two slides for SQL. One slide is this one. The functions are very important. 2 or 3 classes will go for the functions only. Okay, so other than this, other topics for SQL is all these things are listed below. So you can see all these topics. Okay. Then coming back to Informatica, this is very important for the ETL process, ETL testers. Okay. So I'm going to explain you completely. As I mentioned, you complete ETL process. I'll be explaining you how to write test case, how to do validation, data validations. Okay, how to write queries, what are the scenarios in ETL testing, everything. In manual testing, these are the topics I'm going to cover. Okay, and on the agile methodology, as well as the what is FTP, project explanations, interview questions, ALM, other part I'm going to explain. In the last, once you will be done with your mock interviews, and I'll find that you are suitable, you are now okay with your interview, I'll help you to prepare the resume. Okay, we have so many format for resume, so I'll help you with that. Okay, so many dummy resume are there. So I'll share you one of the resume, and will you will prepare, and I'll validate. Once it will be final resume, then I'll ask you to upload into the Naukri. Naukri also, it depends on your what are the fields you are going to explain, those things. If time permit, then we'll go for this. Otherwise, we'll share you the document. Okay? And coming back to the ETL testing, most of the people you have attended the demo classes, correct? So there I have explained what exactly ETL testing is, but few people we have new. So let's discuss few more times. One more time, this ETL testing concept. Okay. So ETL testing concept, how it will be, it's like completely data related. Okay, data related validations. Okay, so consider that if you consider any of the store, okay, manual store you consider. Okay, so like Big Bazaar you take, it's a very famous store, and there like you can consider 1,000 stores are there in all over India. Okay, all over India they have 1,000 store, and consider that in one store 2,000 customer daily they visit. So they do buy things, and the data will be generated, and it will be stored in their local server in the one store. So from 1,000 store, the data will be generated like 1,000 into 2,000 customer, and it will be sent to the end of the day to the one common database that will be considered as your source for every day. Okay, that will be considered your source, and that will be the raw data. So many impure, so many improper data will be like, it will be unstructured. The data will be not in proper manner. So the source team will be there who will be making it proper, and then the business again, they, when it will be loaded to the further layer, it will be the business people or like your client will ask to make it proper, or like they will give you the some rules how the data will be loaded. If first name and last name, if you have first name and last name, they will say that no, you make it as a first name and last name in one name only, in one column only. It should come as if like if my name is Jayant, and my first name is Jayant and last name is Kumar, then it should be in one name only. Full name should be there like Jayant Kumar. I don't want separate. These are the business rules will be there. So let me just show you how the data will be there and how they'll ask to validate or change it as per the business, so that you'll have complete idea what ETL testing, what we are going to do, and based on that you'll keep learning the things. So if you'll see here first name and last name, consider that this is the source. Okay, this is the source, and they will say that it we have to load the data in a final table where all history data will be loaded. Okay, all history data means what, from the time the company started, or consider 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Okay, data will be stored in one particular database where the data will be in a proper manner, like it will be in a full name. Okay, email ID will with the signature. Okay, skin @gmail.com or something will be there in the proper manner. Phone number will be like with the country code. Hire date will be like, if you'll see here, 1706 2003 exactly it is, but 2003 is missing, 020 is missing, 03 is only. So they will make it proper. AD press, we don't know what is AD press, so they will ask you to make it proper. So these are the things business people will tell to modify and load into the database, particular one permanent database, where all history will be loaded. The final data will be loaded accordingly. So these are the rules they will tell. So these rules, where it will be implemented, it will be implemented through the developer, and in Informatica tool, they will do coding. Okay, they will do coding, and based on their coding, the final data will be loaded from this source to one database. Okay, consider that we have XYZ database. Okay, final database. Okay, there only with all changes, the data will be loaded. So how the data is loaded from this process? Okay, how the data is loaded from this process? So we are going to validate in between this process. Okay, how the data is processed in between. So we are going to validate that whatever the coding is done by developer, and based on that, data is loaded in this table, from this table. So we are going to validate those coding is done properly by the developers or not. So that is what we are going to do as a ETL testing. Okay, so the thing is that how the data will be loaded from here to here. Okay, how the data will be loaded from here to here. So that will be done through the your Informatica tool. So this is the just I'm giving you 2-minute overview, so that like you will have complete idea like what is ETL testing, what we are going to do as a ETL testing. Okay, so through Informatica tool, you will load data from this layer, source layer, to your final layer. In between that, other layers also will be there, that we'll discuss when we'll discuss project. Okay, so as of now, you can say that this is the employee table. It will be loaded XYZ table, and whatever the data is loaded between this level to this level, we have to validate that these are the rules are applied or not. Okay, hope now you got the idea of it. Okay, so what is ETL testing? So these are, for that only we'll be writing the test case, we'll be writing the query, how to validate. Okay, how to validate, we'll be learning Oracle SQL completely to write, to know the how we are going to write queries. We'll be seeing that how we are going to write test case, how we are going to do validations of the data. Consider that from we have here 1 million of data, here also it's loaded 1 million of data. In any manner, if 10 records are not loaded, so we have to find out why it's not loaded. So these are the complete process is called as ETL testing. So it's not like we cannot, if you'll see my explanation, if you observe my explanation, these are the process maximum things you cannot do automate. You cannot automate each and everything. So one person should be there to monitor. If you automate also some of the process, consider that if you have automate 30% of your process, but other than that also 70% to complete other 100% ETL testing, we need manual work only, the ETL testers only. So that's why it is not going to automate in future also. It will be the ETL tester requirement will be there always, and until unless the data generations, online data generations, or the store wise data generations will be there. Okay, until unless some other concept will not come in IT industry. Okay, so till 10 years, so I find that it's fine. Okay, till 5-10 years, it will be completely fine. Okay, so this is what ETL testing. If you have any question, let me know, so that we'll start with the further discussion on Oracle SQL. Any question, guys?
Jayant, Amit here. So
Yeah.
with the ETL testing, when we transfer the data from source to destination, I mean
Yeah.
source to target, then do we have any batches which will run automatically and data will get transferred, or how it is? It is done. It is being done manually. I mean, somebody will have to write the queries and then it will run automatically.
Just a second. Just a second. 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah, come again, Namit. Can you just ask your question again?
Yes, I was asking if we are transferring data. I mean, you said there are many layers between the source and the target. So
Yes.
we are transferring the data from one layer to another layer.
Yeah.
So, are there any batches already defined which will do this job, or you will have to do it manually?
So these are the things, once you learn the workflow, no, in Informatica tool, once you learn the workflow in Informatica tool, the data will be picked from here. It will be loaded to the A layer. It will be loaded to the B layer. It will be loaded to the C layer. Finally, it will be loaded to your XYZ database. Okay. So everything will be developed by the developer, and they will set their path accordingly. So that data will come from here step by step, and it will be loaded in one shot only. Once you run the workflow, it will be loaded in one shot only.
Okay.
Who will load to the destination?
Sorry.
From here, XYZ is there. We need to load the data there only. XYZ final data.
Just
Okay.
now I explained, it will be done through the Informatica tool. The data will move from here to here. The
Yes.
Informatica tool will be responsible to process data from source to the target. Okay, through each layer.
We guys only do this one, right? With the help of Informatica tool.
See, developers will develop their mapping in Informatica. When we'll run the workflows, it will be all the process will be done automatically in backend, and the final data will be loaded here. Okay.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry on that. Only thing we have to worry that whatever the data is loaded from here to here, it should be properly as per the business logic, or as per the customer requirement. Okay,
Source and
customer means,
target we will take care, right? We need
yeah,
to.
source. See, source, the not exactly with the store level, but from multiple store, the data will be loaded to the one common source. From that layer to the staging area, okay, and to the target layer will be validating all the data. Consider that B is your staging area. Okay. So
Okay.
that all these things will be explained properly when we'll discuss your data warehouse concept. As of now, you consider that we have this layer as a source where the data will be stored from the multiple source, consider 1,000 store, and it will be loaded here. Okay. Through this layer, it will process, and this staging layer, it will process, it will go here, and it will come here. The final data will be loaded here. We are going to validate between this and between these two. Okay. This all three. We are not responsible to load here or here, anything, but any missing data will look into that when you will be working a real-time project, but will not go in that detail now. Just consider that we are going to validate data from here to here and here to here, and for that only we are going to write test case. For to validate data in database, we are going to write our queries, and we are going to prepare many other document also, like test strategy, test summary report, test cases. All these things will be shared accordingly. Okay, I'll be sharing you this for your knowledge purpose. I hope I answered your questions. Any other question, let me know, otherwise we'll move to the other.
And one question. So, is it required for an ETL tester who should have as much knowledge of SQL queries as a developer have?
So you are a developer, or you are? Let me know your.
I am a tester, manual tester.
See, whatever the things are required, okay, for SQL part, I'm just going to show you that. I'm going to teach you from this scratch. Okay, so if you see a roadmap, introduction, DDL command, DML command, the data retrieval techniques, how you're going to retrieve the data functions, aggregate functions, everything I'm going to teach you properly. If you'll see one of the slide, so I'll be providing you the theory part. Okay, these are the theory part. I'm going to explain you completely each and everything, and based on this theory part, we will have the queries also. Okay, so that I'm going to share you with you all. So if you'll consider one of the topic also, more than 10 queries will be there, more 10, 5, 7, 8 like that queries will be shared, and I'll explain you line by line each and everything. So I'll physically the online only version, I'll show you that how we are going to run all these queries and what output you'll get, and I'll explain you each and every queries so that if you don't know, if you know 0% also, that is not the problem. We will add 10 more before your 0. So we'll make you 100% perfect on that.
You will share that PPTs also with us?
Definitely. See, the thing is that I told you earlier also, so it will be shared here. So class docs, everything is there. The full details will be here. Okay. So if you'll see everything, each and everything, like 1% also, I'll not keep with me. It will be shared with you all, so that see, our target is to get you a job. Correct. So if I'll keep hiding the things, you will have a lack of knowledge. So lack of knowledge, you'll get stuck into interview. So that I don't want. I want your offer letter in your hand. So based on that only, I'll be helping you completely how much work we have to do. Me and Bisal also there. So he will also help you to understand the topics. He also works in one of the big company. Okay. So he will also help you, and me also. I'll explaining you the complete process, but mock interview sometimes he will take you, or like he will motivate you. I'll be also motivating you time by time. So okay.
Thank you.
Jayant,
Yeah.
Shivraj here.
Yes, Yuvraj, tell me.
Yeah, can you please open that Oracle one?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I think you opened the Oracle software. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
What exactly role we have been playing in this sector? Like we'll get a source from select from employees, right?
Hmm.
And then we'll be handling ABC.
Not handling ABC. I just example I told, it will be layer will be there where the data will
Okay.
be processed accordingly through this layer, and it will reach to the target.
Yeah. So what is our role in that one?
As I mentioned, you are going to validate whatever the consider 1 million of record is there, or consider 1 lakh record is there in the employee table. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So the developers will develop the mapping. These are the rules will be there, like first name and last name will be one name only, full name. Email ID with the @gmail.com, or phone number will be with the country code. Hire date will be 2003, should be written properly. This job ID should be in a proper manner. Okay. So these are the rules developers will do setting into the Informatica. When we'll run our workflow in Informatica, rules will be applied from this layer, to this layer, and that only we are going to validate whether developer, whatever the work is done by the developer, it is going to apply on it is going to apply on the data or not. Really, it is going to apply or not. So for that validations only, we'll be writing the test case queries and all these things. Okay, if you'll find that the data is not as per the customer requirement, client requirement, will be raising the defect and will be assigning to developer. Clear?
Yeah, it's clear, right?
Yeah. Any other, or shall we move? Okay. So
Can you explain again, Jane, if you don't mind?
Which one?
This one. Just now you're telling me.
This part?
Yes.
So you let me know. Just now I explain what you understood from this. Then I'll correct you.
No. I guess one source, any source is there here. For example, here 1 lakh are people is there. We need to. Client need to correction these. For example, here hire date is there. Something is missing. If the developer is loaded as a 03, if we need to test this one as a client required is a 2003, means 2003. Then it is something mistake is there. Then we need to inform to developer.
Yes.
To correct this one.
Yeah, you are correct. Same
right?
knowledge, same thing, same process.
Okay, fine, dear. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll
We
go
need
in
to
that.
cross check the we need to cross check the data with the backup with the any backup data, right? Is that right?
There is no backup data. We are going to validate in test environment.
Test environments. Okay.
Yeah. So developer will do in a development environment their coding. Once they will do the coding and unit testing is done, they will deploy into the test environment. Same coding will be checking here. Maybe you will have test data. Okay. Consider that you will have 1 lakh of test data. So these are the rules will be applied on 1 lakh of test data, and you will be validating on that. And the same, once you will give the clearance that data is loaded as per the business logic or like the customer requirement, that like it will be one round of UAT will be done from the customer side. If they'll be fine with that, it will be deployed. The same code will be deployed in the production.
Okay.
Okay, and it will be applied on the regular basis. Those rules will be applied on the those data. Like these are the test data we are going to do. Correct. So once the code is perfectly fine, they will deploy into the production. Okay, and it will be applied on the daily basis on the their data. Okay, if any changes will come, they will come on the enhancement basis. The project will be created and then they will do the changes. These are the complete internal process. You will, once you will be in a project, you will be knowing that, you will come to know that all this process. Okay, as of now, just consider one path, follow one path, and understand what is ETL testing. The life will be easy, and you will be able to crack the interview. Okay. Okay, guys. So
So in this, we can recheck this one, like see, if we are writing the test cases, so at the time, sometimes we can't able to find the defect properly. Sometimes if we miss the defect, so how we can come to know that we are correct or not? Like so many data were there, right?
anything if you
Uh,
missed, okay, if any defect you have, like any
yeah,
changes.
if you are not able to raise the defect, for example, so many data are there, sometimes we also can miss something, right, as a tester part.
Yeah,
So
so
at
you
the
will miss
time,
it.
how
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can recheck, or like
No, see,
we
if you
are
will miss.
confident, we should be confident about raising the defect, right? So sometimes if we miss, so how we can able to find that one?
Yeah, that's what you'll not able to find, then client will able to find in UAT, and it will be big escalation. If you'll not find
uh,
defect in your testing, while you will be testing as ETL tester, if you'll not
okay,
find, they will find when they will do UAT testing, and if they will find the bug, they will ask you the evidence, test evidence, whatever
okay.
the test evidence you'll keep, and if you'll not able to show, then you will be in a danger.
Oh, okay.
These are all process. Don't go in that much depth. I know, like you have
Okay.
already worked in. You can remember
Yeah,
those.
yeah. Because I was raising a defect. Sometimes I feel that there is no defect in the thing, but
Hmm.
because we are seeing that in the data, so we are saying okay, everything is correct, and we are validating that. But
Hmm.
sometimes another man was checking my account. He find the defect.
So that is
So
the
that is
perfection
a
of the
thing. Yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah. So sometimes in the hurry, we are doing the testing, but sometimes maybe we are also wrong, right? So at that time, can we recheck or something in this tool? We can't do anything, right?
These are all skill things. Okay, if you know the query perfectly, if you understand the requirement perfectly, the
Okay.
defect you will be able to recognize whatever the defect will be there. If the data is expecting first name and last name, it should be loaded properly. Okay,
Okay.
Stephen King is as the one, and when you will do minus query, if they will show you the difference data, so you will be raising that defect. Correct. That, for that only you are
Yeah, yeah.
going to create the test case, and you are going to write the queries.
Okay.
Try to remember a little bit from your past.
Yeah.
You have done
Okay.
ETL testing, correct?
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
long back.
But I
So
forgot. But I can able to recollect whenever you say that, like
Yeah.
from the. But we did in mainframes, sir. Actually, not
Um,
using Informatica tool. We did in mainframe.
Informatica is
Uh,
nothing like for ETL
okay.
testing. Informatica scope is very little, so don't think that it's a very big deal. Only big deal is you think that Oracle SQL. If you are very
Okay.
perfect in Oracle SQL, your 70
Okay.
80% of part is done.
Okay.
Okay,
for
okay,
Jayant,
guys.
Yeah.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
As a ETL tester, once I verify the data on the back end, so is it my responsibility to I should go ahead and check the UI as well, whether
Sorry.
the
Come
data
again.
is. So if let's say as the ETL tester, I'm verifying the data by SQL queries on the back
Hmm.
end. So is it our responsibility to we should check also on the UI whether we are getting proper data or not?
No, it's not our responsibility. That is the manual thing. We are not going to validate. We are responsible for database related things only. Okay.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Okay. So let's start with the Oracle SQL. The very first things will be. So what are the topics I'm going to cover in this Oracle SQL? Okay. So that overview I'll give you in detail, so that like it will be proper knowledge transfer will be there. Okay. So if you see this, we are going to study about the Oracle SQL. Okay, and I'll help you to install the SQL software in your laptop. Okay. There are separate videos for that. That I will share, and then based on that you will be installing your software. So mostly not today, maybe next week we have to install the software. Maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any day you can take and you have to install. It's a 10-minute work. If you'll observe my video, it will be it can be done in 10 minutes only. Okay.
So can we work with can we go with PostgreSQL, sir?
It's a PostgreSQL. See, we can go through like, but I don't know like it's a freely available or not.
Yes, it's freely available. PostgreSQL is freely available.
See, the thing is that when I'm working currently in Postgres, I did not find any difference in Oracle and Postgres. It's all same, almost same. Okay, the little bit syntax changes will be there. That you have to find any database you take, Microsoft SQL you take, or Oracle SQL you take, Netezza, Teradata, SAP HANA, anything you take. Okay, it's like minor, slightly minor. This what is that? Syntax changes will be there. Otherwise, it concept will be same only.
In the organization, mainly which database are uses?
Sorry.
In organization, which database was uses?
All database. See, company has invested so much of money on each database. Somewhere it will be used Oracle, somewhere it will be used towards, somewhere it will be used Microsoft SQL, somewhere SAP HANA, somewhere it will be like your Teradata, somewhere it will be Netezza. It depends on the company how they the business draft their requirement. Correct. So if it's a freely available, you can practice on that as well. But Oracle SQL, everything setup is done for the Informatica through the Oracle SQL only, and it's a standard one. Okay, it's a standard one. Nowadays, Postgres is there in market, but this Oracle is a standard one. You can update your like skills as a Postgres knowledge also, because what I find from past 3 months, I started fighting the query in Postgres. And I find not much difference in Postgres and Oracle SQL syntax wise. Little bit syntax difference is there, that I will tell you what exactly it is. Okay. But don't take that much of seriousness that this Oracle is very different from Microsoft SQL or Postgres or Teradata. Everything is concept is same, little bit minor syntax changes are there. Okay. Okay, guys. So if whatever the database you want to learn, you can learn it. So they know the learning process you can do. How much you will learn, that much it will help you only. Okay. So the agenda will be for Oracle SQL is yeah, definitely. Like let's keep this question and session will be in the end, or you call me. Just now, let me proceed with the class.
Yeah, we have to make the notes of this one. We have to get all the notes. Is it necessary to make the note?
What note?
About this class session.
These are the notes you mean to say?
Means that we have, if we are explaining something, we have to get the notes, or you have provide that all the details for this.
This session is going to recording is going on, so don't worry, everything will be there.
Okay.
Whatever the question is there, I'm just going to stop you people. I'm not going to answer now. I'll be answering in the last. Okay, so let me proceed with the session, because it's a class first session. Okay, so yeah. So coming back to the Oracle SQL agenda, it's a standard. Oracle SQL is a standard, and okay, every like interviews and all, most of the calls will come on Oracle SQL one. Same thing for this here also. Whatever the Informatica or SQL, whatever the tool we are using, a standard only based on your like out of 10 call, you will be targeting maximum of interview call. Consider if in market 10 calls, 10 interview calls are there. So 7 or 8 calls will be on the Oracle SQL only. Okay. Oracle SQL or Informatica only. So that's what I am just going to draft you. Same thing will be there in an interview also. 100% syllabus will be there. So people are attending interview based on their feedback. I am just telling you 100% will come from the whatever the documents I'll provide you from that only. Okay. So introduction to SQL will discuss data retrieval techniques. Will discuss working with DDL command, DML command, built-in functions, integrity constraint, data aggregations, table join, set operator, pseudo column, subqueries, transaction control language, other topics like views, backup table, like operator, okay, case statement, index store procedure, everything will be covered for as a part of ETL test, Oracle SQL. Okay, coming back to the introduction. So we'll be explaining you what is SQL, and these are the topics will be explained: understanding DBMS and the differences between DBMS and RDBMS, sub language of SQL, installation of Oracle SQL. The video is there for that. Okay, so data type in Oracle, operators in Oracle. Okay, and some important interview questions. So these are the just for the knowledge purpose. Interview, you will not receive any call on this. Okay. So coming back to the next one, data retrieval techniques. So we'll show you that how you're going to if you have zero knowledge on SQL, so don't worry. We'll show you that how you're going to write your very basic, very first query. Okay, very first query. How you're going to fetch the data, like how I have just retrieved the data for this table. Same thing will be explained in a proper format with from clause, Okay, this is the from clause, and with your where clause. Okay, so all this thing, where condition and all will be explained. SQL alias, order by clause, important interview question on this. Okay, from zero level I'll make you 100% perfect. Okay, so how to create table, how to drop table. Okay, so when we say table, this employees is a table. Okay, employees is a table. So whatever the if you'll expand this HR schema, so you will have a left side, all table details will be there, like A, B, C. These are all tables. Okay, these are all tables. If you click on any of this, it will have the detail level. What are the columns are there? So this is all called as column. Okay, and if you go here, these are all called rows. Okay, so these are all called rows. Vertical wise, it's a column. Horizontal wise, it's a row. So when we'll fire the query, that time I'll show you that what is exactly. Just for now, don't confuse with all these things. Okay, alter command with explanations will be there. If someone know with the 20-30% of SQL knowledge, they'll be knowing little bit topics of it. Okay, so they can relate the topics here from their knowledge. Okay, truncate command, important interview questions, as well like DML command. What are the DML commands? Are they insert, update, delete? And some working knowledge with insert, update, delete commands, some important interview question on the same topic. Okay, the built-in functions will go like 3 class. It takes me to complete these functions, because in interview most of the things will be done on your functions only. And when you will be working the real-time project, there also you will have mostly on the you'll be working on the when you're writing the queries, mostly you'll be working on the functions only. You'll be using functions to write the queries. So date function, date conversion function, number functions, all these things we'll see. Data aggregation functions we'll see as per the ETL requirement. How much we need, that much only we'll discuss, and we'll see that all these topics: count, sum, max, mean, average. So group by clause and having clause, these are not aggregate functions. So aggregate functions till here only we have. Okay, so a difference between where and having, everything is drafted. So you just have to give the 100% to learn the things. Constraint is the again developer things. When they will create a table, that time they will assign that if they want to apply any rules for the constraint. Okay, but theoretical wise as well as how to assign constraint and all, I'll be explaining you in a detailed level, so that if you'll get in future working as a developer also, there also you can have chance for that. So complete Oracle SQL knowledge will be transferred. Okay. So joins, this is very important for the interview perspective, as well as when you will be working in the project. Okay, when you will be working in a company, in a project, there also you'll be using multiple times joins and all. Okay, So what are the different types of joins are there? We'll discuss all these joins. Okay, so it's what I'm going to explain in detail. So just giving you overview so that in future, if you will start with any new topic, you should not say, oh, what is this? Where from where it came? So that's why I'm explaining you this complete syllabus of Oracle SQL, so that you'll have in handy and you don't confuse when we'll start any of the topic. Okay, if you are seeing first time. Okay, if you know it's well and good, you can prepare more and you can go in a fast track mode. Okay. So union, union, null, intersect, minus, these are the set operator. Row ID and row num is the pseudo column that we'll discuss in detail. It's an interview perspective. These are all very important. Okay. Subqueries, we'll see. These are the topics will be covered in subqueries. It's important when you'll be working in a project. So that time it will be important. But you have to really work on the subqueries for the scenario-based questions. Okay. The transaction control language. So these are the things we'll see as part of transaction control language. Other than that, we are going to see how to create views, how we can work with the views, what are the views are there, like operator, stored procedure, and then case statement, backup table, indexes, triggers, little bit. These are the definition level only. We'll see it. Okay. So this is what we have from the your Oracle SQL syllabus. Okay, any question in that? This? Any question in this?
No, sir. Please start
Okay.
introduction part.
Okay, fine. So we can go to directly to the introduction part. Okay. Okay, so coming back to the introduction part, so as I mentioned you in the detail level, so these are the topics we are going to discuss: introduction to SQL database, understanding of DBMS, RDBMS, sub-language of SQL, installation of Oracle SQL, okay, data types of Oracle and operators in this session. Okay, so introduction to SQL. If you are coming across the first time, then you should know that what is SQL. We have heard so many times SQL. Someone will tell SQL. Okay, someone will tell SQL. So SQL stands for a structured query language. Okay, so a structured query language. So SQL stands for a structured query language. So don't worry, these are the things will not come in your interview. Okay, if you're going for 4 years, 5 years, they will not ask you. If you're going for freshers, they may ask you. Okay, so freshers, you can listen carefully and you can prepare accordingly. Okay, SQL is the language of database. Okay, SQL is the language of database. Using SQL, we can store data, manipulate data, and retrieve data in a database. Okay, so what is the use of SQL? Okay, what is the use of SQL? We talk about the data, correct? We talked about the data. So who will create these tables? Okay, someone created the table, someone inserted the data. Okay, someone inserted the data, how to retrieve the data, how to create the table, how we are going to insert data. All these things will come into the SQL. So how we are going to store data, how we are going to manipulate data, how we are going to retrieve data, everything will be there in SQL. Okay, so that's what they have mentioned. Like SQL, we can store data. We can store data. Okay, we can store data. So this is complete SQL. Okay, where like you will create the table. In this table, you will be storing these are the data. You can manipulate data. You can change the data. Okay, you can change the data as per your requirement. You can modify the data. Okay, you can manipulate the data. You can retrieve the data from multiple tables. You can join this table with multiple tables, 5 tables, 10 tables, and you can retrieve the data based on your requirement. So that's why it's mentioned retrieve data from the database. So the basic history of Oracle SQL is nothing but the 1970 Dr. Edgar F. Ford, okay, who was working in IBM that time. So IBM is very old company. It's like more than 100 years old company, IBM, okay. So that time Dr. Edgar F. Ford, he was working in IBM and he only gave the concept for the relational database. So relational database means what? how the data will be related to each other in database. So those concepts he gave given that, and the Dr. Edgar F. Code is none as the father of database. Okay, he is none as the father of database. He only gave the concept of first how can we store the data in a relational manner in a database. Okay, so moreover, like after that, Oracle acquired this complete this concept relational database, and furthermore, there are so much of history in between that. Many companies they came with the different database. Like each and every company, big company, they have their own database. Like IBM is having approximately 2-3 database, Netija, Teradata. These are all IBM tools. Okay, so other than the SAP also, they introduced their database. Oracle is having their database. Postgres nowadays, Postgres is there. So so many other database are there. So time by time they are coming with the different database. So some of the common database names you can say that MySQL, MS SQL, okay, MS Access, Oracle, Sybase, Informix, Postgres. These are all types of SQL we have. Okay, types of database we have. These are the types of database we have. Okay, so coming back to the DBMS versus RDBMS. Okay, DBMS versus RDBMS. Okay, so DBMS full form is database management system. Okay, database management system, and RDBMS full form is relational database management system. First, the concept came DBMS. Okay, later on they modified with the relational database management system. Okay, so if you'll see here, this part is same. Okay, this part is same as here, or it's same thing. The thing is only relational is added in this RDBMS. Okay, so the definition wise, if you'll say that in some of the interview they may ask you, they will ask start from the very basic, but do you consider these are the questions for 4 years, 5 years, or 8 years? They will not ask you these questions. Okay, so database management system DBMS is a software used to identify, manage, and create a database that provide administrated access to the data. Okay, so it will be like file format. You will have the data in a DBMS format. Okay, so in RDBMS you will have data in a table format. Okay, so in the table format, so this is the table. You will have the table format, and it will have the structured or semi-structured data will be there. Okay, structured or semi-structured data. But in this DBMS, we'll have unstructured or semi-structured data will be there. So that we have a definition here. We'll have difference here. We'll see that. Okay. So relational database management system RDBMS is a more advanced version of DBMS. Okay. DBMS. Okay. More advanced version of DBMS system that allow access to data in a more efficient way. Okay. When you are accessing data in a file way, okay, it will be not readable much. Okay, it will be not readable much. You cannot join two files in one and you cannot find the values. But these are the things will be done in the table format. Okay, these are the things will be done in a table format. It is used to store or manage only the data that are in from the table. Okay, so it is used to store or manage only the data that are in the form of table. In RDBMS, when the data will be there in a form of table, that time only you will be able to manage tables or views or anything. Okay, so in DBMS the data will be stored perfectly in the table format only. RDBMS, okay, sorry, in RDBMS data will be stored in a table format only. Okay, table format or views, the data will be stored perfectly. It will not be stored in a somewhere else. Okay, so this is what we have. Coming back to the differences, what are DBMS and DBMS. So this is very basic. I'm just explaining you so that a little bit whoever is no idea of for the SQL, they will understand that. Okay, these are the things are covered. Otherwise, like they'll be in a question mode. Okay, so RDBMS data is stored in a table format. RDBMS data is stored in table format. Okay, in a table format, data will be stored in a table format. Okay, but in DBMS, data is stored in a file format. Okay, so file format in Excel file or something, you can say XML file. You can store data in XML file or Microsoft Access file. Okay, so in RDBMS, multiple data elements are accessible together. Okay, so you can access multiple data. Okay, multiple data means what? If you want to access data from the multiple tables like these are the tables you want to access. You can join and you can access in one sort only, in one query only, you will be able to access. Okay. Individual access of data elements. Individual access means what? If you consider XML file, you have to access individually. Okay. Data in the form of table or linked together. No connection between data. So same thing what I have explained in a table format here. There will be no connection between two files. Okay. Normalization is not achievable. Okay. There is normalization will be applicable here. Okay, so these are the things are not required very much. So many points are not required. Just for the knowledge purpose, you can read it. Okay, you will understand it. Interview perspective, it is not much important. So we'll not waste time much on this. Okay, so you can refer this one. The software and hardware requirement are higher in or in database in RDBMS. We need a software requirement like you have to install the software. Okay, you have to install the software. The software and hardware requirement are very low. In the DBMS, we need very low software requirement. Okay. Some examples of the RDBMS is Oracle, SQL Server, Postgres, or Teradata, Netezza. These are the examples of this. Sorry. Hello. Yeah. So let me complete it. Then you'll ask. You ask the question. Okay. Okay.
I am asking, but here normalization is not achievable.
Yeah, this will be discussed in a data warehouse concept in detail. Okay. So everything, whatever the things are related to ETL, it will be deleted. It will be like explained in that. When we'll discuss data warehouse concept, that time it will be explained properly.
Okay, fine.
Then,
yeah.
Can you please little more explain in that multiple data elements?
Multiple data elements means?
In RDMS, you told that we can handle with multiple data elements, right? Second one together, accessible together.
See, the thing is that this is one table. Okay. This is one table. If you want to join with other tables, like department is there, I want to get data from this table also and this table also. So we'll be joining this employees table with the department table, and we'll be retrieving data from both the tables. Okay, from both the tables we'll be retrieving the data. So that is what we have mentioned here, and the multiple data elements are accessible together. Okay, these are all interview perspective is not much important. Okay, and you can just 4 or 5 points also, if you'll remember, that is more than sufficient. If sometimes you have to come across. Okay, so in that way only you will be accessible to the multiple element in one side only. Okay, these are all taken from the Google. Okay.
So if code has given 12 rules.
Sorry.
If code has given 12 rules, so follow the 5 to 6 rules, this data is DBMS. More than rules are follow 6 to 9, then follow the RDMS. Can you, sir, explaining?
Can you speak loud little bit? Your voice is low.
If code rules, sir. Can you explain, sir, if code rules?
Can anyone hear his voice? Can anyone explain what he's asking?
I think voice is not clearly audible.
He is asking for the if codes. So I think that will be covered when we take the detailed session of RDBMS.
Yeah. Okay. So sub language of SQL will be like DDL, DML, DRL, and TCL and DCL are the sub language of SQL. So sometimes in 1 out of 100 interview, only one interviewer asks what are the sub language of SQL. So these are the things you can you have to remember. You may forget it. Okay, so in what in the data definition language, what are the commands comes like create, drop, alter, truncate, rename. So these are the command will come as part of DDL, data definition language. Data manipulation language, insert, update, and delete will come. So and DRL, data retrieval language, it will come. Select command will come. In TCL, commit, rollback, and save point will come. So each and every topic will be explained separate. We have a separate session for this. Okay. So how to create a table, how to drop a table once it is created, how to modify data using alter command, how we are going to truncate the table using truncate the data using truncate command, how we are going to rename a column, how we are going to rename a table with using rename command. Everything will be explained. Insert, how to insert data once you have created table, how to insert data, how to update data, existing data, okay, how to delete data, existing data, how you're going to delete it. Okay, so select command with using select command. So these are the things. Okay, so these are the things what we are seeing here. These are we will not have access in real time scenario in ETL. As a ETL tester, when you will be working in a project, you will not have access for the these are the part. Okay, like DDL and DML command, you will be not working in a real time scenario when you will be working in a project. Only we will have select access. Okay, we'll have the select access. Through that only we'll be validating our source and target. But developer, they will have access for this one. Okay, developer, they will have access for all these things so that they can create a table, they can modify the table. But knowledge purpose, we have to know each and every topic. Okay, knowledge purpose, for the interview purpose, we have to know each and every topic. Okay, so anyway, like we'll be working in a select command only in a real-time project and interview, but interview perspective, it's each and everything is important. Okay, so that we'll see in a detailed level. Okay, so installation of is 11G, how we are going to install it. I just made a video. I have made a video on that. I'll be sharing this in my YouTube channel also. Okay, if you'll go through, you will find that. Otherwise, like I'll be giving you the access next week, and you have to install this software. Okay, this software, SQL software, this Oracle software in your laptop for the practice purpose. Okay, for the practice purpose. Daily wise, how the session will proceed. So we are going to work on that. Okay. So this is how we have. So let's stop here. Let's stop here. We'll discuss. These are the topics in the next upcoming classes. Okay. So let's stop here, and 12 minutes we'll give for the question session. Okay. We know, like we have, I have answered most of the like so many questions and answers, but still people is having some doubt. So let me answer that, and then from next class onwards, everything will be done. It will take half an hour time to explain. Okay, and it should be in a proper. So if I'll start it now, it will take some time. Okay, so next class we'll be discussing that remaining part, as well as DDL command. Okay, or like data retrieval techniques we'll be discussing, and then one by one each and everything will be covered. It will take, I guess, 10 to 11 sessions to complete all these things. Okay. Any question now? Now I'm open with the questions. Let me know if you have any questions.
Hi, Jayant. May I know the YouTube channel?
Sorry?
For installation, YouTube channel you said, right?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. You are in a group?
Yeah, I'm in the group.
I have just shared the demo class recording. Okay, so that is my YouTube channel. If you go through that.
Had you shared now or you shared before?
Maybe 1 hour back or daytime I have shared. I'll share it again. So don't
okay. Thank you. And one more doubt also, Jayant. SQL is completed regarding to get the raw data, right?
Sorry.
SQL is completely regarding to get the raw data, right?
Yeah, definitely. We are going to create table, our own table. Okay, and we'll be working on that. How we are going to insert, how going to modify, how we are going to delete, truncate, all these things command with all functions, joins, all things will be done through the multiple table creations. Okay. So these are the tables I've created in the regular basis. Okay.
Thank you, Jayant.
Yeah, welcome.
Jayant?
Yeah.
Can I go through a little bit inside in this RDBMs because you're not clear for me?
Yeah.
You told me that we can handle the multi data elements. Can you please open that one? Yeah, multi-data elements are accessible together. Can we
Hmm.
modify both the elements at the same time, or is it just for what's the exact we can do in that one?
I did not get, sorry. What I mean to say, see, these are the part of like you can access multiple data. Okay, multiple data element are accessible together. Means together in the sense that we have different types of tables. Correct. We have if you'll see here, we have. Let me show you only. I was just thinking that you understood, but let me explain it properly. Okay. Okay, so consider that this is the another table, department table. Okay, and this is the one table, another table where like you will have employee table, detail table will be there related to employee. All details will be there. Here the department tables are there. Department tables are there where like all department related informations will be there. So if you want to access both the data in one sort, so how will you do it? You have to join it. Okay, so you have to join it. How you are going to do that? Okay, so we can do join it with the multiple things. Okay, with the multiple join condition like equijoin, inner join, and all. Okay. Now I'll explaining you this much only. Don't go in that much depth. When we'll be discussing joins, that time we'll be discussing. Okay. Now if you'll see here, okay, this is the department table, correct? And this is the employee table. Okay. Department table in employee table. So I have joined together department and employee table. And if you'll see here, we have both the tables data. We are able to access both the tables data, correct? So if you see here department ID here, till here it's employee table related data. Okay. Till here, whatever the department ID is there. Okay. So till here employee related table, the employee table related data is there. Now we have joined these two tables together and we are getting data for the department table also. If you see a department ID, department name, it will come from the department ID, department name, manager ID, location ID. Okay. So see here, it's a manager ID and location ID, correct? So we can join multiple data, multiple tables. Okay, we can join multiple tables using joins and we can access multiple tables. So that it means, okay. Is it fine?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Yeah, so we'll generally I don't explain in this because other people will get confused. If we'll so like if they which don't know like 0% also, they will say that, oh sir, right, very big query, how they have done it, like they will confuse in starting only. But when we'll be explaining the joins, that time each and every query will be each and every joins will be understandable. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that to understand, Jayant, if you'll be a little bit some like you can say, if you're saying multiple data elements, some kind of practical thing that will be easy to understand. So that's kind of thing that your queries will be in the will be come up on these sessions. There is no issues. It will
Yeah.
be little bit to identify easily and grab the things.
If you're seeing first time, everything will be new. Okay. Everything will be new. Once you will go through 2-3 times, you will be familiar with that. You will understand the things in everything.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. If you are seeing first time, it will be very you will feel that it's very complex.
Yeah, that is why I'm telling you. Just some
Yeah.
bit of minor, some practical thing, so then that will grab it easily. That's the thing, nothing else.
Yes, definitely. Okay, guys. So let me know if you have any question. Otherwise, we'll
Just
close.
one more thing.
Yeah.
We have almost 5 language sub-languages in SQL, right?
Yeah.
So we will be dealing with only DRL.
Yeah, select a statement. Yeah, in real-time project. But interview perspective, everything is important.
Okay, but most important for us for ETL testers is that DRL.
Select a statement, it will be like, see, when we talk about select a statement, it will be like very wide scope is there. It's not like alone, okay? Okay, so not like one person, one things. It will be like multiple things you'll be using, like with the multiple functions, joins, subqueries. Okay, so constraint will be different. With the case statement, with the like operator, everything will be like that. But few things will be there, which will be in hand of developers. Like they'll be controlling the things. Okay. Right. So these are the things like done by the developer. Okay, and this is the things. Most of the things will come in this only. Okay, and the creations of table, modifying the table data, all these things will be done by the developers. Okay, clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, shall we wind the call, or like you want to ask more?
I have only one question, Jane. So Oracle provide various certifications on database administrator for associate or professional levels, right?
You don't need certification. How many years experience you will be showing it? Like you have working experience of how many years?
9 years.
Then you don't need certification in this. If you are looking for certification, go for cloud. Cloud will see certification in cloud only. It will be more useful because seeing your certification, they will give you a job. Some of the
so
places.
is it cloud certificate is useful for an ETL testing?
No, nothing. ETL testing is their own like. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Actually, I'm from operations. I'm in support operation since 3 years, 7 months.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to shift to this testing, and I'm very new to this. Any testing, I don't know anything.